This week on Buck Commander.
Getting serious about a western big game hunt is a big commitment.
Yeah, Willie. Don't sleep in when you get to hear this in the morning.
These guys all have commitment issues.
I'm not a big elk guy, but
been there, done that. It's no big deal.
I lost my predator.
I definitely think if there's one of us that's into western hunting, it's got to be Langy.
What's there not to like about western hunting?
We have a beautiful day for racing. And they're off!
We have Willie Robertson. We've got Robertson.
Down right there.
It's getting a little wild.
Tom Martin.
Coming in hot.
Mr. Luke Bryan.
Smoked.
Here we go.
Bryan Langerhans.
Oh, the helmet's been thrown.
We've got Mr. Jason Aldean.
Oh, my goodness.
Year after year, Langy tries to get us on board for these wild western hunts.
And he's kind of our western hunt guy. And he's into killing all these things that just aren't whitetail.
Big mountains, beautiful scenery, wide open spaces, and not very many people. What's there not to like about western hunting?
It's just a nice change of pace from the Midwest traditional sitting up in a tree.
Each year I like to fill the early part of my schedule with western hunts. This year I was going to get a chance to go out and hunt elk in Utah with my friends Will and Heather Farah.
You got the lucky hat. Really hope one of those good bulls comes in tonight. Try to get on one of those more mature ones. It'd be awesome.
Now this hunt at Will and Heather's place was a little bit different from most elk hunts I've been on. It was really early season, so we were actually sitting in tree stands and rednecks over water holes and food plots that Will had made. Come to think of it, this is the type of elk hunting I think Willie would appreciate.
Hunting elk like whitetails. Hey, don't do what you don't know, you know? You know?
So I got the elk tag in my pocket. Wouldn't you know it, we see tons of trophy mule deer.
That tag in my backpack says any bull elk. And if it said any buck deer, we'd be home by now. Heather friggin' smoked that giant. Oh man. That is unbelievable. 30.
I can't believe that just happened. Woo! I cannot believe that just happened.
Nice work, honey.
Thank you.
That is awesome.
I mean, I love to get out there and chase elk. I tell you, the physicalness of it, going up and down the hills. It's turkey hunting on steroids, and it's truly one of the most physical things you can do as a hunter. If you are not ready for it, then you're not going to do well. So Willie lets me know that he's going on his first western hunt. I was like, high plains? You mean like mountains?
Willie's favorite thing about whitetail hunting is that the deer come to him.
Well, we're off and going here. We just heard our first bugle, and it's a pretty country up here. I'm not out of breath yet, but I'm getting close.
The guys are always ragging me about this hardcore western hunting. Hey, I've done it, son.
But he didn't actually get an elk, right?
Been there, done that. It's no big deal.
If I had to put it nicely, I'd say Willie's fat and lazy.
I lost my breath. We didn't walk that far.
Unless they got a helicopter to get Willie to the top of the mountain, I don't see his tag getting filled.
Got a little dizzy.
Even if Willie did have the physical attributes to chase bugling elk, then there's the mental aspect, which he lacks, quite frankly, even worse than the physical side.
I'm not a big elk guy, but it's a good place to start. You hear something?
This year I drew a mule deer tag in Montana. Not only does Montana have giant mule deer, but also some of the most beautiful country you've ever seen. So there was no shortage of mule deer. It was literally daylight to dark, and all of them seemed to be in that kind of 3 to 4 year old range, and we were just looking for that old monster.
We're 3 days into this Montana hunt, and we're putting our first move on an animal right now. Awesome buck up here with 4 or 5 does, just on a side hill, no way to get to him. We're gonna go try to post up below, and hopefully they feed that way. We just gotta get up here and see what's going on, see if we can see anything. That buck's taking off after that doe.
So we had a pretty good idea where this buck was traveling, and we were able to swing around the backside of the mountain and cut him off while he was moving through with these does.
He could be coming up this side. He must be close. Go to your left, to your left, to your left. Bow range. Bow range, Richie. Bow range. He was coming.
Well, at the same time we were up on our hunt in Montana, my assistant / secretary was up in Utah chasing buffalo.
What do you think? 14 shells enough?
Better make it 15. Where do y'all want to eat breakfast at?
I'm thinking some afternoon backstrap.
You want some pancakes? Jared, how about pancakes about 10:30?
Oh, I'm down with that.
You all right with that?
Look, man, when you grow up hunting in Texas, you're done in plenty of time to go have a good breakfast. And so it's reasonable to assume that when you're done hunting, you can be having pancakes by 10:30.
Didn't say that?
Yeah, I just want you to control your breathing, you know?
Let your trigger fingers. There you go. Okay. Just do what you always do. You know how to do that. All right.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay. Good talk. You know, so many people that hunt got started because their dad or some family member took them and got them involved.
What do you think? It's cool.
It's pretty cool for me to be able to take him with me. The guy who, you know, woke me up and got me dressed and took me out there and taught me what it's all about. Really neat for me to take him with me so that we can experience this together.
Big body thing. Look at the body on that.
He's got a little mass.
So I had this buck at 40 yards.
Jeez.
We just got in a situation where there was a doe in between us and this buck.
I'm pretty sure this bull is about 350 yards. Just over this ridge right here.
You know, here we settled in, and I kind of figured this was going to be an all-day stakeout. And then all of a sudden we realized he's already stood up, and I'm not sure that he wasn't on to us. So we had to scramble to get ourselves ready to get in position for a shot.
That actually happened a lot faster than I thought.
Well, we made the first shot and we got a hit, but realized really quickly that this thing ain't over. Ultimately, we had to scramble to get in position to maybe take another shot.
There he is, right there, right there, right there.
You see, go down that backbone or
no? Well, after several different setups and shots and that kind of thing, we finally get into a position where we feel like we got him corralled. And we're able to make a shot that brings him down.
Pancakes at 10:30?
Well, we were on this buck 3 or 4 times that day, and he just kept giving us the slip.
There he is.
So after a full day of cat and mouse, we finally caught up to him.
Keep going. Good. Yeah. Yes, sir, baby. Look at this joker. That is a big, beautiful muley. That's why you come to Montana. I can't get over the bucks in this country. I'm talking about no shortage. Game over, tag filled.
Oh my goodness. It's really hard to, I guess, put into words what this is to culminate in this
spot right here with this massive animal. I have to say that it was an unbelievably great team effort to get this done. I mean, there were so many people involved in making this happen and getting us to this point that, you know, it's really humbling and just what makes hunting neat. Thank you to Mossback and Doyle. Those guys are second to none. Thank you to the Mule Deer Foundation for, you know, making it possible for guys like me to get to come out here and do things like this. What we've failed to really get our hands around, literally, or our minds around, is how we're getting this sucker out of here.
You know, I think anybody who hunts and really has a passion for hunting and wildlife can look at the American bison really as just an icon.
It was all, oh, sorry.
Is that enough?
It was all fun and games until we had to carry it.
To have this once in a lifetime opportunity to do it in the Henry Mountains of Utah really is hard to put into words, and I really appreciate the experience that this hunt was.
We just spotted antelope. He went right over this ridge, so we're gonna walk up here, see if we can get a shot on him.
Now, the thing is with antelopes, I mean, they're little and they're fast, so we have been chasing these things all day long. And it seems like every time we get close, they'd go skipping off, and they're kind of hard to get hemmed up. So here we go, moment of truth here. Finally got an antelope pinned down. We're able to sneak up behind it. I just got to make sure I can make it happen.
Go ahead and chamber another one.
I gotta be honest, I've been wanting to get an antelope my entire life, and now that it's happened, that's just one more thing that makes me feel more confident as a hunter, and one more trophy to add to the collection.
Ooh. Yep. Wasn't the easiest of shots. Well, I'm on the board. First kill of the year. With old JD here, we have been running all around the country trying to hem these suckers up and shot him a little front, but got him great.
But I got to give Willie some credit. Despite his best efforts to screw it up, he ended up killing an antelope, although he was on an elk hunt.